Now you can relive the glory of Carlton's flag-grabbing performance over and over and over again. The entire event, from pre-match entertainment to the lap of honour and medal and cup presentation, is captured on this official collector's edition 95 Premiers video with the famous WEG cover. The 95 Premiers commemorative video from Australian Football Video at only $29.95. It's a steal.
Years after it all started, it is down to Geelong and Carlton for the very first time on the last Saturday in September. The lead-up has seen black ties, red eyes, the sensation, packed training venues. The teams cavalcaded through the streets, luncheons and laughter. A town coming to a standstill. A city coming to life. Geelong looking for its first premiership in 32 years. Carlton looking for its 16th win on end in a record-breaking season. For both teams, the moment has arrived.
And with that introduction, viewers in the United States, England, New Zealand and throughout Asia were welcome to a live telecast of the 1995 AFL Grand Final. Hard to believe that these two inaugural members of the league had never met on a Grand Final Saturday. But that's the end of the story for the Blues. It really had its start way back on a Sunday in April. Same ground, different enemy. $200 up to Carlton's Steve Kernahan, and 87,000 were on hand to see him lead the Blues in the opener of 95 against the hated and feared Magpies. Among four newcomers to the side would be Scott Camporelli and Matthew Clappe. For Clappe, it would be a dream debut.
Kicks into the forward pocket area. Punched away by the Collingwood defence. Not quite far enough. Clappe, handball over the top. Pearce, handball back. Clappe into an open goal. Couldn't possibly miss. The 25-year-old West Australian had played 29 games with the Eagles, but in his first with the Blues would win the 3 Brownlow votes, one for each of his crucial goals. The Blues had started the season on the 5th line of betting at 10-1 for the flag. The bookies had little knowledge of the onslaught to come. The third quarter would be the vital one for Carlton, as it proved all year, and 4 goals gave the Blues a nice 17-point buffer at the last change.
Floats it, bounces through! Sensational!
54 plays 37. Back out to 17 points. Away goes Clappe, doing well in his debut. Towards half forward, Williams will make a meal of this. No, he won't. Unselfishly goes to Ratton. Ratton goes nearly to the square. Pearce gives it back. Williams started it, and Williams finishes it.
The final margin would be 5 goals. For the 106th time in 210 of these classic encounters, the points went to Carlton, and coach Parkin spoke glowingly of his skipper.
In our structure, absolutely critical. He's just been a superb bloke as a player, and I think he's underrated as a player. And the people I talk to just don't understand how good a footballer he is, but his leadership qualities have just developed enormously in the last 3 years, I think, and he's become, in that role, critical to our, well, he was this year, critical, and he in fact led the players both on and off the field in terms of our organisation and planning, and his input was very significant, I promise you that.
Collingwood ruck star Damien Moncourse would be rubbed out for 2 weeks after being found guilty of striking Earl Spalding on trial by video. A second Carlton debutant scooped the 3 Brownlow votes in round 2. Scott Camporelli from Woodville, West Torrens in Adelaide stamped his potential with an outstanding game against Fitzroy. Clappe kicked 5 more to take his tally to 8 in 2 games, and Carlton won by 10 goals. Enough of the youngsters. In round 3 it was Sticks Kernahan who dominated. He kicked 10 goals, 7.
Snapshot, it rolls, it rolls, it rolls, and it's there! Number 4 for Kerners.
Weighted kick, Spalding into the goal area. Spalding still there. Gleeson's going to swoop on this. Back to Kernahan, and he's now kicked 8.
For Kernahan, there would be another milestone as he passed 600 goals in 203 AFL games.
Kernahan! Clappe is in the square. Turn around, Stephen.
I've said there's 20 minutes left. Well, I think our clock may have broken down. I would say we'd probably be about halfway through the term. Kernahan shot for goal. Wobbly old punt kick, but it's a goal.
That breaks the record of Soapy Vance.
Footscray down by 35 points at quarter time. By the final siren, the margin would have stretched to 98 points. Carlton accumulated 150 more possessions than the Dogs.
Now Hannah farms it out in front. Still Christou. Inside 50. Goes at goal and kicks it.
Good play, Christou.
The Kernahan form continued to be devastating when the Blues made their first visit to Brisbane. The skipper kicked 5 goals in the first term. He kicked 7 for the match.
Here's the skipper, Kernahan. He kicked 10 last week. Is he on target first up today? Yes, he is. So Big Sticks kicks his first goal.
Intercepted here by Gleeson. The Bear playing against the Bears. Kicked by Gleeson. Williams marks on the 50. Right in front. Thinks of the pass and finds his workmate and captain, Stephen Kernahan.
Well, I think they've honed the drop punt today, that it's a stab pass, it's a long kick. Once they used to think it was only for kicking short.
Kernahan, 3 goals.
So Matthew Allen, who did so well last year for the Blues in the finals, looked a real player, starting to cement his place as Silvani just comes through. Kicks it straight away back towards centre-half forward. Kernahan's got a chance to kick his 5th goal. He's going to dribble it through. Well, Fred Fanning's record might be in danger today.
And for the second week in a row, it would be Kernahan who took the 3 Brownlow votes.
Oh.
But you've always got a chance when you've got this man playing for you.
Right.
From memory, only Simon Beasley has topped his goal kicking at his club in every year that he's played, along with Kernahan. Now, this kick is going to come back. That is a great kick by the skipper.
Again, it was Carlton's miserly defence that made the job that much easier. A 7-goal final term by Brisbane did little but add a touch of respectability to the scoreline. The Blues by 6 goals. Appalling kicking for goal by the Blues marred the first half in the Sunday match against North Melbourne at the MCG. 42,000 saw the Blues kick 4 goals from 15 scoring shots in the first half.
Off the ground, Spalding. Misses. Comedy of errors. Amazing, Gerard, that he could be standing there, Anthony Rock, for so long. Now there's a Carlton player coming back. It's Whitehead, who obviously took the initiative and followed the ball right down the ground. The Blues go forward. Shot for goal. It's a goal. Kicked for Carlton by Camporelli.
23-year-old Brad Pearce, who'd played only 4 games and kicked a solitary goal in 2 years in senior footy, led the goal kicking. He kicked 3 in a low-scoring affair.
Spills now for Clappe. Pearce may get his 3rd. He does.
The highlight of the game was the play of Mill Hannah. Pitted against long-time Victorian wingman Wayne Schwass, Hannah produced a beauty. He gathered some 36 possessions, took 8 marks and kicked 1 of the Blues' 12 goals.
Hannah's at the back with Pearce. They can raffle it. Hannah gets his first.
He'd take the Brownlow votes in September.
Right to the goal square. Clappe, goal. Great goal for the Blues.
One man making news, though, was recruit Matt Clappe. Peter Landy filed this report for 7 Nightly News.
Clappe played 29 games in 3 seasons for the Eagles before being delisted in February of this year. But at the pre-season draft, his career took off when he was snapped up by the Blues with their first pick and 13th overall.
It was sort of trying to get picked up by a team that was going to play finals football, hopefully, and well, looking all right at the moment, but there's still a long way to go.
And the versatile utility player has made every post a winner since then. He's booted 11 goals in 5 appearances with his new club and is relishing his new role up forward with Steve Kernahan.
And I would have been happy slotting in anywhere, but yeah, I suppose sort of made a home there at the moment alongside a couple of greats.
But while his form has been on the rise so far, it's this weekend that counts, at least on a personal note. And while he stresses that personal efforts have no place in modern football, he's more than keen to do well against his former club and prove them wrong.
Yeah, I'd just like to play well and hopefully come away with a win.
And the Blues may need Clappe to fire. They haven't won the opening 6 games of a season since their premiership year of 1979.
Carlton's 1200th win in league football would be one to remember. It would come at home against nothing less than the reigning AFL premiers from the West Coast. And it would be the Blues' 6th on end in a perfect start to the season.
Brown's got the run of it. Well done by Brown. Koutafides in space, 35 metres out, gets another one.
A 5-goal first quarter set the scene for a memorable Saturday in front of nearly 25,000. Fraser Brown was outstanding with 28 possessions.
Brown, inside 50. Long step is there. Great goal.
In defence, Silvani stood supreme.
Silvani, well done. Working off Sumich.
The 23-point win would come at a cost, however. Skipper Kernahan injured his shoulder. Dual Brownlow medalist Greg Williams would break his forearm and miss 4 games. Their departures opened the door for Dean Rice. Seven's Mark Beretta tells the story.
The former Saints injury nightmare started in February '92 when a snapped cruciate ligament led to a reconstruction and a drawn-out recovery.
At the time I was told it was only be a 6-week injury, but the next day I went and saw the orthopaedic surgeon and he said it was it would be the year, and I only started crying when it happened.
St Kilda couldn't wait a year, and in '94 as 19th draft pick, Rice went to Carlton. But in his debut match on Friday, the 13th of May at the MCG, the knee collapsed again.
I thought, well, how can it happen to me again? And that's why the first couple of weeks I thought about giving it away. But then I just said, well, it's all a part of footy, and you just got to get on with life and deal with it.
Carlton's support inspired his comeback.
Coming back from 2 knee reconstructions, not many players have done it, and the motivation of still being able to play, to show people that I can play good footy.
Friday, 13th of May was a black day for Rice. Tomorrow, 12 months to the day, he'll be back here at the MCG, hoping to restart his football career on a brighter note.
The confidence is there, so I've got no problems with it at all. Waited a year for this, so I'm looking forward to it.
Essendon had lost once. Carlton were undefeated. Their round 7 clash attracted 74,000 to the MCG on May the 13th for a blockbuster that lived up to its pre-match hype.
A further kick around, and this is Clappe going to have a shot for goal from 45 metres, the former West Coast Eagle. I think he's goal. Yes.
It was to be the test for the Blues, down in manpower without the 2 superstars, Kernahan and Williams, and the potent Brad Pearce. A game with just a kick in it for 3 quarters.
By Cook, Rice onto the left foot, goes at goal and takes it. The comeback kid. Now Wanganeen back to Hardwick. Lovely smother by Rice. Ball still in play. Holding the ball. A great play. What a tackle.
Play of the day by Dean Rice. Just absolute desperation.
Sensational stuff.
In the last term, 5 goals to the Blues against Essendon's 3 would pave the way for an 8-point win.
Here's Bradley. Now they're a chance, the Blues. Bradley with a check side kick. A great attempt. Was a touch. Well, this might be a goal to Bradley. Yes! Umpire lets it go. Gleeson could make them pay. He does. Brings it forward to Dean Rice. No mark. Still going. Oh, Rice with courage. Tremendous play by Rice. Here's Hardwick. Desperation by all the players. McCurry to O'Donnell. He's lost it. Gleeson races in the goal. Adrian Gleeson's put it through.
Among the outstanding players for the Blues this day, Gleeson, Ratton and Sexton. It was a crucial win.
When you look back, you know that they were landmark sort of games, and I think that was one of them. Certainly the West Coast, where we had a number of people out also, and to win over there, I think probably sealed the confidence factor, knowing that it wouldn't matter who came up, that we'd be able to, as long as we were reasonably good on the day, we'd be able to give a good account of ourselves. We weren't going to get run over again. So I think that, along with a number of other seasons games, was important there.
On national television the following Friday night, the first loss of the season came at the most unexpected hands. It would be lowly Sydney who would not only inflict a loss, but a humiliating one at that.
Doing well. Yeah, he is. McKay's got the job on O'Loughlin. That's a good kick by Brunton. McRae over the top. Roos can kick a goal. And he's got it.
24,000, the biggest SCG footy crowd since 1989, were on hand to see the Barassi coached and Lockett-inspired Sydney Swans topple the mighty undefeated Blues.
Lockett has kicked 3. He's been responsible for 3 others. He's got it. Look at them come in at him.
In Barassi's 500th game as senior coach, the Swans kicked 9 straight in the second quarter.
Abacus has got it, though. You can tell by the cheers. Seconds left in the half.
And you'd have to give him a real chance. He's a magnificent kick, as I said earlier. Only a couple of steps, but such a great percentage player when he's shooting for goal. And he's kicked his 5th goal in the first half of this game that was heralded as maybe a doubtful one for the Blues. Well, doubtful it certainly is, because at half-time, the Swans have kicked 13-1. And Carlton left in their wake 3 goals for.
At one stage, the Swans would kick 11 straight. With Lockett kicking 8-2, the Blues went down by 12 goals in their worst loss of the season. The mid-season fade-out was even more emphatic the next week. This time, the top side were playing the bottom side, St Kilda, at Waverley Park. To tune in at half-time and hear that one side had failed to score a goal was not unusual, perhaps. But the fact that it was Carlton was stunning.
Jones, mark not paid. Jones to Winmar. Winmar goes for another goal. And he's got it, I think. Another goal to St Kilda. Winmar. Can he control it? Run down by McKay. Gather by Jones was excellent. Jones. Oh, well done. Aussie Jones. Handball. Over the top, Brown. Low. Gets his foot to it and kicks a goal.
The first goal for the Blues didn't come until late in the third term, and by then it was all over. Stewie Lowe kicked 5 this day for St Kilda, and as they had done in the Ansett Australia Cup, St Kilda had given Carlton a painful but perhaps timely jolt. St Kilda by 56 points, as the Blues kicked 3-6-24, their lowest against St Kilda for 77 years. It prompted David Parkin to say that Carlton were currently the worst club in the AFL. Someone had to suffer for the Blues' poor form and drop from 1st to 4th on the ladder. Unfortunately for Hawthorn, it would be them. Kernahan was back and the Blues opened in ferocious style. The records tumbled.
Tries to make up with a recovery. Back to Ratton. Ratton through. Second goal to the Blues.
Noticed Hudson a moment ago not moving all that freely for Hawthorn. Koutafidis' quick kick to centre half forward. Well played McGuinness. Hannah onto it. Still with Hannah. They'll love this if he kicks it. He has. In and out of the team, making up the numbers. Flashes of brilliance. Clappe. With him, Darren Jarman. Camporelli. Ratton could kick this. No, goes to Kernahan. Front spot. Langford on. Hannah's going to kick a third. Look at that one, Mill.
Kick quickly forward. Jarman, who really can't get into the game so far. Back to Mitchell. Onto Koutafidis with that extra yard of pace. Kicks it long and low and goal. Ball comes to Cooper. Caught. Fantastic knockback by Ratton. And we'll get the free kick for high ball. Camporelli over to Spalding. Spalding with a very clever kick. Kernahan almost. Terrific pressure from Langford, and Langford goes over to McGuinness, who has trouble picking it up. falls to Pearce. Pearce onto the left foot, and it's kicked there. 9th goal, would you believe it?
A 9-goal first term was their best ever against the Hawks. By half-time, they had 16 on the board.
Mills going to kick another one. Can't believe this.
Hannah and Pearce would both kick 5-goal bags.
Straight to Mitchell.
Mitchell had 37 possessions in a performance that would see him take the Brownlow votes come September. Ratton and Christou would be terrific contributors. The final scoreline would show a 102-point win. Kernahan, Pearce and Hannah all kicking 5.
I think we were bowling along better than we thought when we got to those games. We were going on, we played some pretty good football against some good opposition already, and that set us back on our heels. I think the first one we thought, oh, that's a one-off, and it, you know, you can have one of those every now and then. But when it came to, then it made us sit down and think about, well, what were the ingredients that gave us those first 7 wins? Once we'd isolated those, and they became our focus then for the rest of the year. There's only 3 or 4 of them, and they became, I guess, the basic ingredients week by week that we knew that were essential for Carlton to play well. So it helped us enormously in determining what were the important ingredients, and to have a good look at ourselves at that stage, saying, well, it's just not going to happen because we haven't played. We've got certain fundamentals which we've got to focus on.
The Queen's Birthday Monday saw 53,000 at the MCG for the match against Melbourne. This would be no walkover like the Hawthorn match. It would be a tough slog for 3 quarters.
Koutafidis gets through. Carlton look dangerous here. O'Sullivan's on the end of the hand pass. He will score. Carlton are away.
Melbourne had a shocking start to the season, but the return to top form of skipper Gary Lyon and ruck star Jim Steins had turned them around.
Opens up the door in towards full forward. Lyon, it's only got a sit. And he'll go over to Andy Lovell and say thank you.
In the final term, Big Earl Spalding kicked the vital goals.
50, Spalding with a run at this one. He's taken the mark about 45 metres out. Ironically, a Carlton Premiership season. And that's a straight kick.
Koutafidis was brilliant and, in an eye-catching display, won 3 Brownlow votes from Messrs Allen, Howlett and Garrett, the men in white. Carlton 9-2 and in 3rd place. Round 12 in the Carlton-Geelong match at Optus Oval between the 2nd and 3rd place teams in the competition lived up to every inch of its pre-match build-up. It was simply a classic. The gates had been closed at 1:15. The diesel was back, along with Hannah and Brown. 7 goals in the first quarter in 7 minutes. This was quality footy.
Kernahan a long way out, looking to pass. Pops it up. Spalding! Oh, in the goal square, Hannah! Scores level again. Man passes to himself. Buddha Hawkins there. Barnes in trouble. He's lost it. Pearce. There's another one.
At half-time, a kick separated them. The highlights, perhaps Ablett's 3 in 8 minutes.
Shoot by the Geelong champ. As he lines up for goal, he belts it hard at the goals. This could be a goal. Yes.
Certainly, the run of Craig Bradley, who'd ultimately get the Brownlow votes. Pearce kicked 4. Kernahan and Williams 3 apiece. In the last term, Carlton kicked away. The final margin just 3 points. And some of the wise men were already talking about a grand final preview. How right they'd be.
During the year, they were proven to be the second best side, and I would have thought that that was our most difficult game, the one that we had won against the Brizzy Bears a couple of weeks later that we were lucky to get in, I thought. But the Geelong one, they really took us apart on a couple of occasions within that game. They really got hold of us and shook us pretty hard. So I was always a bit concerned that Geelong might be the team that on the day could play the sort of football which would hurt Carlton.
To Perth, and for the first time a game against the Fremantle Dockers. Some considered this a danger, but by half-time the Blues had shut the youngsters out of the game. 2 keys, the forward work of Kernahan. He'd kick 7.
Study and concentration, heads for home, right through the middle.
In defence, the tireless Peter Dean. He was in 3-vote mode all day. The Blues by 57 points and back to the top of the AFL ladder for the first time since May the 19th, 6 weeks earlier. While the Blues celebrated, they also weathered the build-up for the big occasion, Harry Madden's 300th. 7 Sports' Tim Watson with the story.
When older brother Simon retired, Jurassic Justin inherited the title as the AFL's Clown Prince. He might be a dinosaur, but his sense of humour will be welcomed by the 300 Club.
People expect me to take it seriously, and sure, I do take playing football seriously, but I like to enjoy myself along the way. No other job where they pay you to roll around in the mud on a Saturday afternoon and pay you well for it, is there?
For years, Harry has entertained the masses with some acclaimed performances, featuring his special brand of on-field comedy.
Just smelling the grass.
Two Maddens are having a go. It's only brotherly love.
And while there are plenty of highlights over his 15-year career, the goal he kicked in the second semi-final against Adelaide in 1993 remains a favourite.
He might have kicked it! Sensational!
The only time I've heard the crowd laugh with delight, I think, more than cheer.
Walter Lindrum, the great billiards player, and Don Bradman, the great cricketer, they had to change the rules.
Yeah, that's
now
right.
they're even looking at having to change the rules because of your ruck play.
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it? But to think they would have to change the rules would just be, you know, unheard of, really, that I could bring the game into such disrepute.
But what is the secret to Harry's success? Perhaps it's his secret lunchtime jogs.
I'm not an animal, I'm a human being.
Well, Harry became the 31st player to reach 300, and nearly 85,000 turned up at the MCG on July the 9th to salute him. Some also came to see the Blues play Richmond. The game had been transferred from Optus Oval, and the decision proved to be a winner.
Races in the goal, Milhana, and he's kicked the goal. Here's Gale. Oh, caught. Tries to get his boot to it. Great play by Williams. Sprints clear, hooks it back at goal. Sensational play by the Brownlow medalist.
This was destined to be another beauty. Carlton leading in the first term, Richmond fighting back in the second. 2 points the difference after 3 quarters.
Caught. Oh, some good tackling by Knights, but here's a loose ball coming to far forward, and Rice has taken the mark, and he'll kick from 40 metres. A chance to put Carlton further in front. It's a wobbly kick. Will it clear the packet? Will it's a goal? Oh, was it touch? I think it's a goal, yes.
Koutafidis gathered 10 marks, 34 possessions in a starring role. Brad Pearce earned the votes with 4 goals. Steve Kernahan kicked 6. And Big Harry Madden proved that dinosaurs still rule. The final quarter saw Carlton hold Richmond goalless and kick 5 themselves to record a 30-point victory.
Certainly has. Here's a kick at goal by Bradley. Yes, Craig Bradley's kicked the ripper out of the pack.
Peter Dean brought up his 200th game against Adelaide at Optus Oval in one of the strangest matches of the season. After being dead level at quarter time, Adelaide skipped away in the second quarter, leading by 29 points. After humiliating losses to Collingwood and Essendon by a combined total of 218 points, the final leg of their Victorian road trip had taken an unexpected turn. Then came the fight back. Clappe kicked goals. He'd finished with 7.
Running at it hard, and it ends up with Clappe. Clappe kicks his 5th. 2 in a row to Carlton.
Madden and Bradley teamed up.
Bradley, round the corner, a kick and hope. Madden, he's got it, Harry.
I'm sure every coach these days likes to have as many goal kickers as possible.
The margin is 29 points, but Madden's left foot sails through for a goal.
Koutafidis produced a 3-vote performance. Spalding kicked 3. And Silvani moved up forward and kicked another 2.
Williams sets up Camporelli with a handball, has to stop, kick towards the goal square. Silvani uses the body well, plays on, and there's another one.
In the third term, the Blues piled on 8 unanswered goals. 22,000 saw the Blues get home by 33 points for their 6th win in a row. After playing every team in the competition, the Blues had won 13, lost 2, and sat first. The drawing power of the 2 greatest teams in the AFL was surely underlined when the Blues and the Magpies resumed hostilities in round 16 on Sunday, July 23rd. While veterans of the Blues' 1970 premiership team were celebrating their 25th anniversary up at the Hilton, the Blues of today faced a battle. Kernahan was out with a broken finger. That didn't stop Carlton kicking away with 6-6 in the first term.
Peter Dean, the 200-game veteran, kicks first goal to the Blues.
Clappe gets back, then on the left, that's smothered by Burns, Koutafidis, that's exciting. Left foot, Madden, don't tell me Big Harry after it, can't break the tackle, Manson can get it over the top, well played, here's another one, Pearce has got it. Kicks it well to half forward, Koutafidis in right, Koutafidis has got it. This is a problem he poses for the opposition because he plays so tall at centre wing. Pearce, Clappe to kick it, he's got it! Another one!
Clappe again was outstanding for Carlton. He'd get the umpires' votes. Williams, Pearce and Rice each kicked 2. And despite being held goalless in the final quarter, the Blues had enough in the tank and won by 22 points. 7 in a row. The top side against the bottom side. It had a familiar ring to it, and memories of the match in round 9 against St Kilda on this very same Waverley Park might have been fleeting. This time, there were no such problems. A 6-goal first quarter and a 14-goal lead at three-quarter time produced a percentage booster for the Blues. Clappe kicked 5. Earl Spalding chipped in with 4. Koutafidis was again outstanding. Carlton by 97 points. A perfect backdrop for the Diesel to launch his version of things. Carlton skipped 2.5 games clear of the pack in its bid to finish first on the ladder with a 4-goal win over Footscray in round 18. The Bulldogs had won 5 on end, but in yet another winning performance on home territory, the Blues were rarely extended after half-time. Harry Madden continued to prove that age is no barrier. He was in fine form. Earl Spalding took the votes. As Brisbane staged a valiant late-season surge towards an historic finals appearance, coach Robert Walls, no stranger to Optus Oval, declared he'd be happy to get within 10 goals of the Blues in round 19. Nearly everyone saw through that one. With Dean and Silvani out, the backline had been reshaped. By half-time, Walls and his men led by a kick, a taste of things to come in September. Gradually, the Blues fought back to take control. Rice was inspirational. Brown at his very best. Pearce, the best of the goal kickers, with 4. Carlton would win a tight one by 14 points, their 10th in a row. The run home to the finals was littered with danger. 3 certain contenders in the last 3 weeks, starting with North at Optus Oval in round 20. The football world stopped to pay tribute to E.J. Whitten, Mr. Football, and then all hell broke loose for North. In perfect conditions at Optus Oval, the Roos didn't know what hit them.
Nearly kick a goal, Bradley. He is a beautiful kick. Again, look at that. Perhaps not quite as long, maybe, or it doesn't seem to be as long as the other big grounds. Kernahan kicks for goal and puts it through.
Certainly been down to the left of screen, much more than the right. Spalding well played. Williams very good in this situation. He's a gem, isn't he?
Just forcing it forward. In trouble there was Archer. Oh, a very, very indiscriminate attempt at kicking. Rice, Clappe, a struggle for possession here at half forward for the Blues. Rice, snapshot for goal by Rice. It's another Blues goal. You wouldn't want to put yourself in front if you're a full forward, would you? There's a good mark taken by McKernan.
He's got a good leap, McKernan.
Handball away, or bad fumble. Mop it up, Greg Williams. It's home.
6 goals to 1 in the first quarter. Williams on fire. Up forward, the dual Brownlow medalist would kick 5.
Williams, look at this, Williams. Look at that
In defence, Stephen Silvani had the job on Carey. He did it too.
Kicks in towards centre-half forward. Well done, Silvani. Strength.
Pearce was devastating.
In towards centre-half forward proper. Pearce.
He's a hard player to match up on this fight.
As was Rice.
Rice, he might kick this. He kicked two in the opening turn. Look at that. Wonderful.
38 points up at the last change. The Blues took the foot off the pedal and cruised home. The margin, 19 points.
It sits. Little give Williams. Brilliant. To Clappe. This will be fantastic. Look at this. Brilliant.
I think that in the finish it was to our advantage that we were just coming off every week really tough, and it became the habitual behaviour of our players. They knew they were going to come up against great opposition. They knew they have to work hard. We did that. Then I guess the automatic thing was that in the grand final that kind of behaviour would also come out.
In his 187th game as captain, Steve Kernahan equalled John Nicholls' club record as leader. It was a day he'll remember too. A sellout crowd were on hand at Subiaco on Sunday, August 27th. A massive television audience tuned in back east as the premiership favourites of 95 took on the premiers of 94.
Effort there by Madden, just checked himself halfway through the kick.
So the kick's in front of Kernahan. Great punch away by Mitchell White at ground level. This is where Heaver is very dangerous. This could bounce through for Carlton. Second bounce through, it has.
A goal down at half-time. A point down at three-quarter time. It was a game in which neither side would give in. Many rated it the best of the season.
It's close. I think he's kicked it anyway.
So the indication is, even though the surface is brand new, they've got to throw it up because the ball really doesn't bounce. We see a quick snap. That's by Camporelli. Chance for Simmons. Does well under pressure. Kicks the ball back to the square. Wilson just off the interchange bench. Here he comes. Matera paddles the ball along in front. Kick a goal. Will it bounce through? Sensational play, Peter Matera.
Umpire coach comes in and will ball it up. 4 1/4 minutes to three-quarter time, and the margin's 7 points in favour of the Eagles. Kernahan, a big climb again, knocks it goalwards. Whitehead, ball out in front. Spalding, Whitehead went past. Snap, goal! Point the difference.
Centre of the ground, chance for Spalding. Could be a turnover for Carlton. Bradley. Rice. He's got it. He's going to kick a goal.
No more than 2 kicks separated the sides the whole day. Williams was a standout in Carlton's dramatic 1-point win. It would be his clash with Eagle Chris Lewis that would dominate the headlines and newscasts in the weeks to come.
Williams left his Essendon home early this morning to meet Carlton officials before the interstate hookup. After 3.5 hours behind closed doors at what was supposed to be a confidential location, Williams read a prepared statement saying he was sorry.
I unreservedly apologise to Chris Lewis and the Aboriginal community if any of the remarks he attributes to me caused him the slightest concern or distress. I admit to being frustrated and under pressure, but cannot precisely recall the exact words that were exchanged.
Chris Lewis had demanded a public apology from Williams. Yesterday he described Diesel's comments at Subiaco last Sunday as blatantly racist. But today, after 3.5 hours of private mediation, he decided not to pursue the matter any further. Lewis complained Williams had racially abused him during the second quarter of last Sunday's game in Perth. It's understood he was deeply distressed by Diesel's comments.
Chris Lewis is one of the great footballers in the AFL competition and certainly deserves everyone's respect, as does our former Carlton champion, Sid Jackson, who I know would be disappointed if I had lost my cool.
Neither the Eagles nor Lewis would comment after the teleconference link-up in Perth, but the AFL said it's considering taking action against Lewis for publicly commenting on the incident earlier this week.
These conciliation sessions should be confidential. In fact, it should be kept confidential.
Williams will now set himself for Saturday's blockbuster against Essendon at the MCG.
With the Williams case behind the club, the Blues were looking to beat Essendon and become the first team to ever win 20 home and away matches in a season. Nearly 88,000 were at the MCG. They saw an injury-depleted Essendon lose touch in the second term.
It's the deck. Well played, Earl Spalding. Under Kernahan, he tries to beat 2 players. He can't do so. Great play, Spalding. Grabs it, bends it back. A terrific goal by number 11.
Spalding was again in good touch up forward. Pearce and Williams likewise.
Danger here. Running onto the ball was Hogg. Here's Greg Williams. He's got it. Kicks it goal. Greg Williams, a brilliant goal from the boundary line.
Nearly 886,000 had seen the Blues' 1995 home and away campaign. The massive MCG crowd saw them create their own little piece of history this day. The 41-point win left them 4 matches clear in top spot. 13 straight wins in the latter half of the season. The only problem was that Greg Williams was back in trouble, this time for allegedly using abusive language to field umpire Darren Goldspink. He was back at the tribunal.
After last week's controversy over those alleged racial taunts, Greg Williams was back at the teleconference centre tonight, but this time to answer a charge of misconduct resulting from Saturday's game at the MCG. It's this incident that has Williams in hot water. Essendon's Ben Doolan was awarded the free kick for Williams holding the ball, and Diesel then remonstrated with field umpire Darren Goldspink.
And he's been re-reported, I'd say. Well, he's had his number taken, I'll say, by Darren Goldspink.
Williams continued his running battle with Goldspink up until half-time of the game. In his previous 15 appearances before the tribunal, Diesel has been found guilty on 9 occasions, and it's the 3rd time he's faced the charge of using abusive language towards an umpire. In 1989, he was fined $2,000, and last year in the second semi against Geelong, he again escaped suspension but was fined $1,000. The last player to be suspended for a similar charge was Footscray's Ricky Kennedy back in 1987.
With Williams out for 1 week, the Blues had the option of bringing Hannah and Brown back into the team for the historic qualifying final against Brisbane. It was the 4th of the qualifying finals, played at the MCG, with 50,000 turning up to see if Brisbane could do the impossible, or should we say, the improbable. Carlton started 6-1 on. It was their first meeting ever on the MCG and pitted David Parkin, the Blues premiership coach of 1981 and 82, against Robert Walls, the last man to coach the Blues to a flag. The Bears lasted longer than many thought possible, and at one stage actually snatched the lead. The 3rd quarter was a beauty, with the lead changing 4 times. At the last change, there was only a kick in it. Kernahan had kicked 4. His 5th in the opening minute was crucial. It was vintage Carlton.
He's got it. Madden superbly. Spalding shrugs a tackle to the kick-off line. Gowers, timely fist. McLean slipped away. Left behind by Champion. Socket away. Koutafidis. Open goal. That could be it.
Goes out wide to Bond. Bond, Koutafidis and Kernahan. Push, shove. Koutafidis. Koutafidis from 20 metres out. Kicks Carlton's 13th goal.
Koutafidis had moved to full forward and kicked 3. It was more than enough. The finish was what Bears fans had dreamt of. Big Roger in his 296th and possibly last match, soaring to take the specky. The goal merely cut the margin to 13 points.
And has kicked the goal. He's got his 2nd. And the Bears 12th. And there is the siren.
Touching scenes as Robert Walls bowed out of league football and David Parkin advanced towards another grand final. First, however, a night final at the MCG, and for the first time a preliminary final would be televised into Melbourne. It would attract massive ratings despite a crowd of 72,000. And this is what the viewers saw, one of the toughest openings of the year.
Hannah recovers. Dean crunched down by Swass, and he's not getting up in a hurry, Peter Dean. That's great finals football by Wayne Schwass. It started in the 18. Through Laidley it goes. Grabbed by Armstrong, playing his first final series. McKernan to Scott. Intercept by Madden. Big Harry. Well done. Long kick to Kernahan. They double team him. Pearce at the front. This has worked all year. The hand pass to Williams. The kick bouncing. Clappe lets it go for a goal.
That's something Mickey Martin doesn't do too often, does he? They come out smoking. Out to half-back.
Free ball off for Mark Roberts.
North hanging on. Scholl couldn't get a kick away. Carlton surging here. Playing like a rugby league team. Madden's kicking to the centre. Here's a chance. If it sits, he'll kick it. Christou from 45. Let's fly. It's home. It's a goal.
The brilliance of the Carlton forward line was never more evident, despite the terrible conditions. By half-time, the Blues led by 37 points. They looked to have the game won.
Koutafidis, can he balance up and kick it? It's low, it's close, he's got it! Wonderful! Rice centering kick, pierced the target. Worked under it by Smith. Spalding again on the left foot. Looks all right off the boot. It's a beauty!
A goalless third quarter was the preamble for more rough stuff. Williams KO'd by Crocker.
Whitehead. Williams, clever actually, to get his boot to it, force it forward to the pocket. Out of play.
Williams hasn't moved.
He's in trouble. Have a look at him.
Collected.
Well, Crocker met him just at the split second when he hacked it off the ground.
There's a bit going on too with Koutafidis. It's a free kick, I think, here to Carlton.
Fraser Brown was troubled by an ankle. In the last quarter, North had run its race for 1995. While Carlton piled on 7 goals, the meanest defence in the AFL was rock solid. Not a goal would get through.
Goal to Pearce. Looks on. He's done a mighty job with North. 3 seasons there. Hogg back to Pearce. Could almost kick this, Pearce. Left foot. Gee, that's good. It's a goal. That's it.
Back to Rice, up to Hannah. 46 metres from goal. Pearce is there, outnumbered 2-1. At the back, Manton, goal!
Carlton by 10 goals, but for Fraser Brown, the battle was just beginning. For the first time, it would be Geelong and Carlton, the Blues aiming for a 16th premiership, the Cats for their first since 1963. And on a dull, overcast day in Melbourne, 93,000 were on hand for a game tipped to be the most fiercely contested of the modern era. Favouritism surged one way then the other, with nothing separating the teams. As expected, Geelong threw everything at the Blues from the opening bounce.
There'll be nerves aplenty there, there'll be tension, there'll be excitement. And here we go as the first bounce is underway. It's won by Madden, belted by Clappe, down towards the half-forward line. Rice got cleaned up.
Free kick to Justin Madden back at the centre.
Down towards Brownless, down towards Ablett. Up towards the 50 they go. Brownless was the target. Williams looking for his first touch. He got one high from Lee Coleman, and it will come back.
You know, that's unbelievable. There's been 2 or 3 free kicks already given. Williams flattened absolutely categorically, and nothing happens from the umpire. Quite blatant. This is Sexton with the football. He kicks towards centre-half forward for the Blues. The ball hits the front. Brown, hand pass. Couch, very productive, but that hand pass a little bit too far. Down goes another Carlton player. In comes Hannah. Hand pass to Ratton. Ratton's kick to the far half forward. Knocked out of the way and taken away by McGrath. Strong football by the Geelong half-back. His kick is a little ordinary. It's bouncing awkward for Tudor. Through goes Sexton. Down goes Hocking. Some good crunching by both sides, particularly by the Cats. Hannah tackled by Hocking. And again, is that dropping the ball? Yes. No, it's a free kick to Hannah. It is between half-back and centre wing.
Is Gary Hocking fired up?
Well, they should all be fired up, Sandy. This is a grand final. There's no prizes for second in this game. Tim McGrath tries to take the ball in front of himself. This is Scholl for the Cats. He's tackled by Clappe. The ball hits the ground. In goes Pickering. Back to McGrath. Still the pressure applied. Bradley the first chance to score. Bradley shot for goal. It's the first goal of the grand final to the Blues.
Barnes flying from behind. Hannah is there to tidy up for Carlton. He's got time to have a look down to the Kernahan area again. Again, he almost gives a nudge. Williams is there. Well done. Kernahan off the ground. Carlton are away again. From the throw-in. Still in Carlton's forward zone. Williams inside 50. The Diesel heads for home. They've got number 3. Wide towards the wing. The bounce favours Koutafidis. Off to the running McKay. Another one towards Ratton. Good interception by Brown. Look at Hocking go charging through. Almost caught with the ball. In fact, he is. We'll have to come back. Koutafidis was away. Ratton will take it just forward of centre.
Still gets the chance to kick to an unmarked player. It's Hannah. Hannah's kick into the pocket. The lead provided by Pearce, and he's in front of Mansfield. And he takes a good mark. Be careful, Greg Williams. The umpires are right onto it. Well, Pearce in his preferred pocket, if there is a preferred pocket, kicks with his left foot. Not a bad kick. The Blues have got their fourth on the ball.
He chips to centre wing, and he finds Koutafidis, who's having a marvellous game. He's got it to Rice. They're charging down the ground. Peter Dean's alone, and he's sprinting now towards left half forward, the veteran. Here's Dean, 65 metres out, passing, looking for Kernahan initially. Williams at the back, trying to spot. Oh, here's Madden. Justin is going to goal. Hanley again in front, Spalding at the back. Ratton hurriedly, Rice chases. Almost gave away a free kick to Mansfield for holding. Kernahan plays on. He bends it back to Sticks, and he's got his third.
By half-time, it was all over. The Blues 7 goals up and winning everywhere. Williams would win the Norm Smith medal. He was magnificent.
Hanley is beaten by Williams. And Greg Williams, 45-degree angle, 40 metres out. And Diesel goals!
Madden and Barnes. Madden tried to get it down to Ratton. Ratton in underneath. Can't get the ball clear. Couch's kick smothered by Dean again. Clappe, short one. Dean's on it. Can he kick a goal? Peter Dean. He's dumped after he kicked the football. It may go through. It's marked by Williams. He's going to get the goal anyway. Greg Williams has got it for the Blues.
Kernahan supreme.
Koutafidis waiting down in front. Gives it to Christou, who pumps it long and high. To Kernahan again. 1-2 rags to Sticks.
And the play of Koutafidis sparkling.
It might have been Hannah. As Sexton brings it back into play. The big hands of Koutafidis.
Nothing, it seems, could go wrong for Carlton. Spalding showed that when he pulled off the steal of the day.
Going through Shoal, hand pass, gets it back. Brilliant smother. Spalding sets up a goal for himself. Spectacular football by Earl Spalding.
10 goals up at three-quarter time. The Blues relaxed in the run home. The final margin, 61 points.
Morelli's alone. The pair will combine. Defence charges into attack. The pass goes down towards full forward. Kernahan will give it to Williams. He blazes into goal and he kicks it. Goal number 5 for Diesel Williams. Now it's Carlton's turn to stream away, and stream away they do. It is Hogg running down the ground. They peel off everywhere. Williams could be the target. Ablett is with him. The two champs. Silvani in for the assist. Silvani will give it to Williams. He does. Over the top he goes to Whitehead. Whitehead from 35. Finishes it off with a goal.
A wonderful rebound play.
The final siren was the signal for the festivities to begin.
It's all over for the Cats, and the celebration's about to start for Carlton.
Congratulations, what a fantastic season it's been for the Blues.
Yeah, it was. We showed we're one of the really good sides that have played for quite a while, and we've beat some good opposition today by 11 goals, and shows you how hard we are at the ball, I reckon.
Now, it's been a terrific year for the Blues. I mean, records upon records, and today, a one-way win.
Well, I think, you know, a bit of pressure on us all year to keep winning and keep improving, and, you know, it's probably a fairy tale to win by this much in the granny.
It's really been a year for purpose. I mean, David Parker's put a lot of pressure on the players, and you've answered tremendously.
Well, we're a committed bunch of blokes down here, and we're a good side.
Off you go, Shane, off you go. Look out, Sauce.
Yes, wonderful scenes here. What about Peter Dean? This was a mighty game.
Yeah, here, Peter. First of all, individually, congratulations on a great game, and what a fantastic team effort.
Yeah, great team effort, girls. That's what we've done all year. Lost a couple of games.
They say to win a flag, you need three things: discipline, commitment, and team spirit. It was all there.
Yeah, we had it this year. We just had a great focus this year. All the young blokes, all the old blokes, just went through the basic football things. That's all it is. It's bloody basic game footy.
Now, you had a tough one last week. There was a minor doubt about you. Were you confident that you felt okay?
The old-fashioned rule, girls. Nothing above the shoulders hurts, mate.
Well done, Peter. Enjoy yourself. Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah, good on you, Curls, and I'm sure that Peter Dean will most assuredly enjoy himself. A veteran of 207 games. Back to Dipper with one of the youngsters,
yes,
Brad
thanks
Pearce.
very much, Daniel. One of the youngsters, well, 1 year at Carlton, has a terrific season of full forward and a premiership under your belt.
Oh, dream come true, Dipper. This is great, fantastic. This is what football's all about. This is my life. It's all those boys' life. Let's get into it. Get on it.
Now, as a young fella, I mean, it is a dream come true to play in the premiership.
Oh, yeah, unbelievable feeling, you know. I was a Hawthorn supporter when I was young, and I used to watch you out there, Dipper.
Well, good on you.
Mate, this is great. I just can't believe it. It's fantastic.
Now what? Off you go. Off you go, buddy.
Yes, what a moment for Brad Pearce, a former Hawk, Dipper, and he would have loved seeing you go barnstorming down the wing. Now it is his moment and Carlton's to savour. What about Harry Madden, Robbo? He's been fantastic. Let's hear from him, Curls.
Okay, Harry, they call you Harry. You must feel great.
I do. It's very emotional, and been a long week, and 17 years, a long time.
Yeah, you got a little nick above the head there, but gee, were they worth it to win a grand final?
Yeah, that's right. Apparently, the ones above the shoulders don't hurt too much. So.
I was watching it three-quarter time. You were really pumped up trying to get the boys for that one last final quarter.
Yeah. I mean, I thought after that first quarter we always had it, but you can never be sure. And we just learned to rev them up a bit.
I said to Peter, it takes three things: a lot of discipline, a lot of commitment, and a tremendous amount of team spirit.
Oh yeah, the team have been a fantastic side this year. They're a fantastic bunch of guys, and I don't mean that because we won. I mean that because they really are guys of fantastic character, and that's why we were able to have a record like we did with the home and away games and perform the way we did today.
Your movement with firstly Bradley and also Williams, you boys, do you practice it much?
No, we don't actually.
So it's just a gift?
Absolutely.
You enjoy yourself, son. Well done. Back to you, Sandy.
Don't worry, he'll enjoy himself, Curls. Justin Madden. Well, he cried a couple of years ago. He almost cried with joy today. Once again, down to Dipper.
Yeah, Sandy, well, Fraser Brown's been a long week for you. Some of us thought you maybe not played today, but your feelings?
There's a time there when I thought I'd pull out, but I just grinned and bear it, and I thank the guys down at the hyperbaric. They asked me to say something to them, Fiona and the guys, but fantastic team effort, and I'm just wrapped. I made the right decision to play, and it'll be sore later, but who cares?
And the pressure on you during the week, though, David Parker gave you every opportunity to play.
He put the ball in my court, I suppose, so it was up to me whether I could do it, and it pulled up well, so I'm happy.
Now, Brandy, you smell a bit of champagne. Have you been drinking or what?
They've cracked one already. Won't be long before it's in my guts.
Good on you, mate. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yes, they'll have celebrations tonight, and bitter disappointment for Geelong. They are staying out on the ground for the presentation. That's coming your way now, and here is 7 Sports, Craig Willis.
Ladies and gentlemen, normally the John Climate Medal is presented during an earlier finals match. But this year we haven't been able to do that because the winner has played throughout the final series. So we felt it only fitting that a grand final crowd be given the chance to show their appreciation to one of the greats of the game, Gary Ablett, who won his third consecutive Coleman medal by kicking 118 goals during the home and away season. To present the medal, would you please welcome the inaugural winner of the Coleman medal and former Richmond champion, Michael Roach. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you now welcome another former champion and Collingwood football premiership player, the great Bob Rose, to present the Norm Smith Medal to the player judged best of field in the 1995 Grand Final. Ladies and gentlemen, by unanimous vote, the birthday boy who celebrates his 32nd birthday today, Greg Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, as Bob and Greg leave the dance, would you show your appreciation and acknowledgement of the Geelong Football Club as they leave the arena? They have had a magnificent season and were gallant in defeat today. And it's no disgrace to be runners-up to a team of the calibre of the Carlton Football Club. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome former Geelong champion, dual premiership player and premiership coach Bob Davis to present the medallions to the player of the winning team. Number 1 for Carlton, Stephen Silvani. Number 2, Greg Williams. Number 5, Andrew McKay. Number 6, Matt Clappay. Number 7, Brett Grattan. Number 11, Earl Spalding. Number 13, Bill Hanna. Number 14, Michael Sexton. Number 16, Scott Caviani. Number 19, Brad Pierce. Number 20, Fraser Brown. 22, Glenn Matton. Number 23, Dean Rice. Number 32, Adrian Whitehead. Number 33, Matthew Hogg. Number 35, Peter Dean. Number 39, Ange Christo. Number 43, Anthony Kudafidi. Number 44, Justin Madden. Please welcome to today's coach, David Parkin, and Carlton skipper, number 4, Stephen Kernahan. Stephen Kernahan to take his team on the lap of honour of the MCG as the 1995 Coca-Cola AFL Premiers.
And it's going to be a hot old time in Carlton Town tonight, Malcolm Blight, after really a sensational performance with the build-up this game had. I think everyone was expecting, everyone was hoping that we were going to see a contest on a grand scale. It was grand, but it was all Carlton.
Yes, it was. The super team of 95 have shown that on the day that it counted most. And, I mean, you must have some compassion, I suppose, for Geelong 4 times in 7 years. But this was a super side. In fact, I'd say go far as to say it is probably the super side of the century. 20 wins, never been done before, and then for 3 finals to win a grand final by 11 or 10 or 11 goals. It's just an unbelievable performance.
And to do it by winning 16 games straight and at the same time becoming the greatest premiership winners in the game, now with 16 flags.
Is it worthwhile mentioning that they only beat the Bears by about 2 goals? So
on 2 occasions, they beat the Bears 14 points and 13 points in the space of a month.
Yeah, I just mentioned that during the call, Ian, that I said the Preps, the Bears might have been the hottest side going around at the time. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, one of the great feelings in footy, going around.
You can't beat that, can you?
No, you can't. And look at Justin Madden. Justin just strolling. I couldn't imagine him getting into a jog at all. Amazing stuff. And of course, this is the Carlton first AFL premiership. They won one in the VFL in 1987.
Yes.
So it is. Have a look at Stephen Kernahan. What a great captain he's been, Robbo. You've seen him a lot.
I don't think you'll go to bed probably until at some stage tomorrow afternoon.
I think the only thing Carlton fans are hoping is that he doesn't break into the Tammy Wynette Classic, Stand By Your Man, as he did a number of years ago.
I think he'll try anything in the next 24 hours.
And of course, son of Serge. He's made his own name, hasn't he? Stephen Silvani. Did a fantastic job on Adelaide. There was early, especially early, there was a lot of body work, and I thought he just didn't let him at it.
Oh, he's a pretty strong bloke, isn't he, Stephen Silvani? But, you know, the effort around the middle of the ground and the defence was just enormous. And the forwards, when the ball goes down in a haphazard fashion like it did to Adelaide, it just makes it that little bit easier. I'm not detracting, but their defence was enormous.
Mel Hanna, and what a moment for some of the youngsters.
Dean Rice and Matt Clapay, St Kilda,
Couple of
Eagles.
rejects.
Well, I'm not sure about
I think that's probably a bit harsh, but players are getting another chance, and haven't they just grabbed it with both hands?
Yes, they have. With a list of 42 now, that's going to happen more and more, I believe.
Yeah.
Spalding's another one.
Yeah.
Well, there are a number on this ground today.
Brad Pearce.
I mean, I think Spalding's performance in Perth towards the end of the year when he bowled a couple of blokes over just set the scene for the last the last 6 weeks of the season for the Blues. Gee, haven't they eliminated a myth that they're a bit soft under pressure? That's a stronger game as you've seen, and last week against North Melbourne was a stronger 2 performances as you've seen.
And what a moment for Greg Williams. He celebrates his birthday today.
Just couldn't be happy here. We've got what we wanted today, which was the flag, and you know, I couldn't be happier. I played well. I helped contribute to the team, and the team were just, you know, relentless at Geelong, and didn't allow them to do anything that they wanted to do. And you know, we gave them no time or space, and you know, they really struggled under that pressure.
And that night they partied. This was the best football team, according to Malcolm Blight, that had ever played. Perhaps the team of the century. 16 straight wins, culminating in the knockout blow on the last Saturday in September.
Down to Kernahan, turns on a threatening bit, snapshot, it rolls, and it's there! Now Hanna farms it out in front, still Christou, inside 50, goes at goal, and kicks it! Camberelli, inside the square, kickers to half forward, Waterman a chance to mark. Clapay provides the shepherd for Pearce, away he goes. Jakovic won't catch him. Long kick, looks pretty good, great goal! Races away, a marked uncontested, we've seen that time and time again on this. Pretty times have played well, isn't it? Oh no, that is just utter waste. Here's Bradley, now they're a chance, the Blues. Bradley with a check side kick. A great attempt, was a touch. Oh, this might be a goal for Bradley. Yes!
Kudavides' quick kick to centre half forward. Well played, McGuinness. Hanna onto it. Still with Hanna. They'll love this if he kicks it. He has.
Lloyd comes away. That was debut in '93. His dad was a terrific player. Played for Melbourne. On the ground, Mitchell gets it up. Kudavides across. Camperelli from 60. Vacant goal square. He's got the accuracy. That's home.
Silvani one way. Still moving Stephen Silvani. The kick short. Kudavides takes the mark. Front edge of the centre square. He's 50 metres out. Kuda! Shepherded through for a goal.
Bradley kicks long with a floating kick. Underneath it, Francisco falls to Rice. Has a player in Peter Dean. Peter Dean, the 200-game veteran, kicks. First goal of the Blues.
Williams clever to Rice. Kick around the body. Not bad. Very, very good.
Now you can relive the glory of Carlton's flag-grabbing performance over and over and over again. The entire event, from pre-match entertainment to the lap of honour and medal and cup presentation, is captured on this official collector's edition 95 Premiers video with the famous WEG cover. The 95 Premiers commemorative video from Australian Football Video at only $29.95. It's a steal.